Music's trash again. I don't care. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Daily Grind Fantasy Sports live stream. This is the NBA 7-game slate. Oh, need to duck my head a little bit. Looks like I'm outside of the screen. What's going on, everybody? We have a lot of NBA slate-breaking injury news to break down. We also have a lot of sports to break down this weekend. If you guys haven't given all of our videos a watch yet, please do give that a watch. We have MMA coming up in literally 30 minutes. We have the NFL, obviously the AFC and NFC Championship game going on tomorrow. We have so much stuff going on, not to mention the League of Legends that I know TJ was watching all day, right, TJ? Also some CSGO, and now we have some NBA to cover. So all of that going on this entire weekend, guys. Cannot wait to break it down. Let's try to get this view count to 380 viewers, and we will be giving away $25 from me and TJ both. Let's make it happen, guys. It is Saturday. We should be having a lot of viewers. Oh no, you're giving away 50.
What?
What?
Why do you always mix up what I give away?
Because you're giving away 50
Oh, you're
bucks.
so annoying. I'm not giving away 50 bucks, dude.
I don't even know where to start on this slate. We have so much slate breaking injury news that came out relatively not too long ago. We have the Houston Rockets injury news. We have Chicago. We have Minnesota. We have Miami. TJ, where do you want to start?
Yes.
And Sano is trash. Yes, no, you are trash.
Let's just start with the first game. Let's start with let's just go in order. Let's start with Miami and Brooklyn.
Okay, let's start there. So, wait, you said who?
Miami and Brooklyn.
Oh, that's not first on my list. All right, we can start there.
Okay, what's first on your list? Philly and Detroit? Go with Philly and Detroit.
Yep, we'll go to Detroit.
Okay.
Let's go with Detroit first. So let's take a look at their injury report here. We have Griffin, Hayes, and Rose all out for these guys. So where does the usage go, TJ?
Yeah, sorry, I was sneezing. All right, Matt. So I need to find Detroit on my list now. Here we go. So yes, we do. We have Blake Griffin out, we have Derrick Rose, and we have Killian Hayes. So we have some very good cheap value here. Somebody came in and already said it. Is it Saddiq Bey cash night? Unfortunately, Saddiq Bey is carrying some ownership, Matt, and it scares the bejeebus out of me. But looking at court IQ and what happens with these three guys off the floor, Grant gets a 2.1% usage bump, only a 1.11 fantasy point per minute. The sample size was a little bit low. I still do like him and think he is viable in cash if you land there as a last piece as 7,800. DeLon Wright, Matt, at 5K, 29 minutes projected right now, gets a 3.5% usage bump. Joel Embiid, still a game time decision. Just tell us. DeLon Wright, 1.03 fantasy point per minute. I have him pegged for 31 DraftKings points right now. I like him, but my two favorites are going to be Josh Jackson at 3,700, projected at 25 minutes right now, Matt, 1.13 fantasy point per minute, 25% usage rate, second highest on the team with these three guys off the floor behind Grant. So I really like Josh Jackson at 3,700. I have him pegged for 28.3 DraftKings points. And then, of course, Saddiq Bey, 3,100, projected at 28 minutes, 0.83 fantasy point per minute. I would have him pegged for 23.4 DraftKings points. So Josh Jackson and Saddiq Bey showing the best on our value sheet. I also don't hate DeLon Wright. I like Jeremy Grant. I think there's a lot of value here, a lot of usage to go around with Rose and Blake Griffin off the floor.
So Detroit, the lowest scoring team on the slate according to Vegas, TJ. That's the only thing that absolutely terrifies me. However, the value shouldn't really depend on that. If you're $3,100, we only expect you to get to 18 points, right? Assuming you're a good value. Same thing with Josh Jackson, $3,700. We expect you to get to at least 20, right? Are you playing these guys in cash? Are they cash locks? These two value plays?
Locks. I would definitely feel safer playing Josh Jackson.
Okay.
Over Saddiq Bey. I think Saddiq Bey is carrying more ownership, but I personally think Josh Jackson's a better play. I want to wait and see what the starting lineup is going to be. Right now we have DeLon Wright and Wayne Ellington, who I didn't even mention, and he's actually showing pretty well on the sheet as well, Matt. Both those guys in the backcourt, and then we have Josh Jackson at the 3, Grant at the 4, and then Plumlee at the 5. So I want to see if that's a starting lineup. If it is, I really like Josh Jackson. I might not be locking in Saddiq Bey, but if you are at 3,100, I completely understand.
36.3% owned. I'm going to just compare that to the rest of the slate. The second highest owned on the slate, TJ. I do expect ownership's going to shape up a little bit here, or shift a little bit as we get closer to the lock. But $3,100, man, that is just way too cheap. If you're looking to get to Doncic, I feel like that's one of the better options to pair down there with the bottom of the barrel price tag. So I don't know if you saw on your phone, but Joel Embiid is officially a game time decision, TJ. So that's going to make things a lot more frustrating. I don't know if you just said that or if you actually saw it, but yeah.
That was during my spiel. I think I threw you off because I talked about it so fluently.
You did throw me off.
Oh, shoot.
What's going on?
Wait, what? Tobias and Ben Simmons both uncertain for Saturday. Okay, well.
And I just started drinking. I just started.
Right. Yeah, guys, this stream brought to you by Liberty Tree and by White Claw.
This is the only thing I have in the house right now. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah. I know it's disappointing. I know.
So, Matt, that is absolutely massive. We're going to have to keep an eye and wait and see what happens there. Embiid, obviously, still a game time decision. We thought this morning that Embiid would most likely sit, but now we have Harris and Simmons potentially uncertain. So, like, if they're out and Embiid is in, then fire up Embiid. That's something we have to keep an eye on. But
I'm not going to I'm not even going to talk about them until we get that news. There's so many question marks right now. Okay. Let's not waste any time.
That's the next team we were going to talk about. I was ready to talk about what was going to happen if Embiid's off the floor, but now let's just circle back. We'll keep moving.
Yep. Let's go on to Miami. I think they're the next team. That's what you. That's the team you wanted to talk about right off the bat. So right now, okay.
Heat is on. No. Go, keep going. Hey,
Okay.
no. Welcome to Miami.
All right, we have Avery Bradley, Butler, Hero, and Leonard, and also Silva out for the Miami Heat. So Adebayo at the top here, 21.9% owned. Kendrick Nunn, 15.7. Dragic, 15.2. Vincent, 10.6% ownership. Let's just hear your overall take on this team.
So a lot of people have been gravitating toward Dragic over these last couple games, especially with Hero and Jimmy Butler being out. But Kendrick Nunn, man, has really been the story here, Matt, as of late. Been pretty vocal about him in terms of our live streams. I'm trying to find them on my sheet. My sheet is all messed up. There we go. And when looking at the numbers with Jimmy Butler, Avery Bradley, and Tyler Hero off the floor, Kendrick Nunn actually looks the best. He's a 1.05 fantasy point per minute, 24.1% usage rate, which is a lower usage rate than Dragic, but he's also $600 cheaper. He's going to play more minutes, and he's a little bit better fantasy point per minute. So I have him pegged for 35.8 DraftKings points. I really like him against Brooklyn. I think you can go there in cash. Mm-hmm. I'd rather go him over Dragic. I've been saying that for the last couple days.
I have not.
So now I feel like, I know we've been kind of going back and forth there. But tonight I feel like Dragic's now, because I think Nunn, the ownership's going to catch up to him. Dragic will probably have a better game. But even still, I really like Nunn at 5,600. I think Dragic is in play if you want to go there at 6,200. But I personally think that Nunn's the better play. Bam, fantastic play at 8,500, Matt. More of a tournament play for me. If I'm going anywhere here for cash, it's going to be Nunn. And I do have some interest in Vincent a little bit at 3,200 because his price continues to creep down. His efficiency over the last week has not been great. But I mean, at 3,200, if he does play 26 minutes, I like him as a punt tournament play, not for cash. So for me, for cash, if I'm going anywhere, it's going to be Nunn.
Yeah, like I said, or like you said, Kendrick Nunn is going to catch up in ownership here. We're showing 15.7%. I think that will pop. Of course, TJ, we have to wait on the Philly news. Gabe Vincent, like you talked about, 10.6% owned, is actually showing a 6 point per dollar value, $3,200 at 25 minutes. I feel like he's just as obvious as, call me crazy, but Sadiq Bey. I honestly do. In this pace up spot, no, I really do. I mean, it's a pace up spot versus Brooklyn. They're the highest over.
Sadiq Bey is terrible.
He is.
I just want.
Well, it's funny that one time that you took him, he scored like 43 points. So the one time.
Oh, I think that was the one night. I faded him, and he played the Celtics and he hit like 7 threes, and I was like, "What is happening?"
Okay.
Yeah, it was.
I actually do remember that now.
Matt, hold on. I have an update here. It says Simmons and Harris weren't on the injury report, but Coach Rivers just mentioned both picked up undisclosed injuries during Friday's game, may not play.
What does that even mean?
I don't know because I didn't see them.
Are we playing the guessing game again? Are we like trying to read into this tweet?
Okay.
Yeah, let's play it. All right.
Can we go to some sort of cutscene?
I wish we could.
So that I can really, can we zoom in on my face? All right. So
yeah, I can zoom in on your face. Let's go.
So it says Simmons and Harris weren't on the injury report. Okay. But Coach Rivers just mentioned, so this was recently, he just mentioned this, that both of them picked up undisclosed injuries. So we have no idea what these injuries might entail during Friday's game and may not play. Okay. So that tells me they played yesterday. It's a back-to-back. Coach Rivers mentioned that they picked up injuries, but they're undisclosed.
Sounds like COVID to me, honestly. I'm just going to be straightforward here.
Because they weren't.
Sounds like COVID.
No? It was Embiid got hurt.
Yeah, he's actually hurt, but these guys are.
And I mean, Tobias played the last 7 minutes of the game. Simmons played the last 10 minutes of the game. Like, interesting. I don't know.
You don't know? After I thought you were gonna break it down. So are we not? Are we moving past this?
Yeah, no, I have no idea what's happening. Yeah, no, I got no clue. We're just gonna have to wait and see. Yeah.
All right, I made your face like really big on the screen.
No, I see that. Thank you. Yeah, no, I appreciate that. But yeah, I got nothing.
Okay. All right. Well. All right, we're moving on then. Let's go ahead on to the next game. We'll come back. Like we said, we're going to circle back to that.
Yeah. Wait, you didn't. Brooklyn.
You want to talk about Brooklyn? They don't have too much going on.
Just quick. All
right. So for Brooklyn, here's the thing with Brooklyn. We talked about this on the video. James Harden, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, pick one. If you're playing a big GPP, one of those guys are going to have a ceiling game every single time. It's the highest over under 232. They're projected to score more points as an 8-point favorite. They should not blow out the Miami Heat. Okay, I know that's without Butler, but let's just chalk this up as, hey, take one of these guys, TJ. Which one are you taking?
Yeah. KD, yeah, it's gonna be KD for a little bit until Harden and Kyrie kind of mesh and figure it out. Matt, I don't think they're in a position to blow out anybody, honestly, especially
Okay.
after just getting swept by Cleveland in a home and home. So yeah,
Cleveland's a good team, though.
I like
Very
KD.
good. Good.
Yeah, Cleveland's fantastic. Yeah, if I'm picking anybody, it's KD. I have no other interest here.
Caught me in the middle of a White Claw. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm picking Kevin Durant as well. 4.1%. No, it's lower owned too. I don't understand the ownership on them. By the way, all these guys are fantastic GPP plays. With that being said, let's move on to another team.
Wait, Matt.
What?
Zoom in on my face again. We have another update.
Okay.
Okay. You ready?
This is what happens when he gets his slider down. Go ahead.
Status note. Coach Rivers said he thinks Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, and Tobias Harris will play Saturday. But, in quotes, directly from Coach Rivers, Doc Rivers, I can't tell you for sure. Okay. So, he thinks they will play, but he can't tell us for sure. So what I'm conjuring from this quote from Doc is that Doc has some belief that they might play, but he doesn't know. So I mean, from the horse's mouth, guys, we're gonna have to just wait because
this stream's already off the rails here.
I feel like Jonah Hill and
that game starts at 8, correct? Yes, it does. Yeah, we need to know that injury news before the live stream goes off.
Who's really drinking ciders, me or Doc Rivers? I don't know.
All right, hold on. We got a donation that we skipped right over, and I do apologize, Josh. This really did stand out to me. Thank you so much for the donation. First of all, $5 won the 1K, TJ. GTD. I don't know.
Yep.
What does that mean? GTD.
Let's move past it.
Game
25 buy-in on Denver game last night for 250. Couldn't have done it without you guys helping. Oh, thank you, Josh.
Man.
Appreciate that, man.
Yeah, thank you so much for the shout out. Yeah, for sure.
Shit.
All right, I'm going to make your face smaller. We got to cover these teams. There's way too much to cover here. All right. We got Miami. We already talked about. What am I saying? We got Chicago next on the list, TJ. We want to talk about Chicago. Yep. So Chicago is without, technically. We have Carter, not even going to pronounce the name, and Porter. Okay, so we have two usage guys here off the court. That does give boost to significant amount of guys here. Markkanen at the top of the list here, 10.6%. Levine, a great GPP option, I think. We have him slated on our sheet here, 6.2 point per dollar value, and then a 57.35 fantasy point output. What are your favorite plays from this team? Are they cash worthy is my question.
So I was pretty vocal about Markkanen last night, and I wasn't disappointed with the way he played, honestly. I think he was really efficient on the offensive side of the floor. It was just he didn't really fill the stat sheet. He only had 2 rebounds. He didn't have any assists, and he still had 28 DraftKings points. So I do like Markkanen again tonight, Matt. He's still showing very well on the sheet. With all those guys off the floor, he's a 1.21 fantasy point per minute, 23.2% usage rate. I kind of think Garrett Temple's in play there, getting 30 minutes right now with those guys being out. 30 minutes projected. He's a 1.5% usage bump, 0.95 fantasy point per minute, showing at 28.9 DraftKings points. So I don't really hate Garrett Temple. I don't hate Thad Young. So I like Markkanen. And then you mentioned Levine, man. Still 9,200. I think it's cheap. Good game to show out against the Lakers. 1.52 fantasy point per minute and a 3.1% usage bump with Wendell Carter and Otto Porter off the floor. So I really like Levine. He's been pretty good over these last couple games. I expect that to continue. If he can shoot the ball efficiently, he can pay off that 9.2 price tag for sure. More of a tournament play for me just because he isn't carrying ownership. If I'm looking at cash, I do like Markkanen at 6,400. I might go back to the well there, honestly.
Yeah, because we mentioned he scored 28 points, right? With shooting miserable. Shooting. Sorry.
No, he didn't shoot that bad. Yeah, it was just specifically he was just hitting shots. It was just he didn't fill the rest of the stat sheet.
Right. For these guys though, TJ, the over-under has risen significantly. It's a 227 over-under, which is actually the 3rd highest on the slate. So that's something to take note of. We have Zach LaVine, like you said, $9,200, 8.9% owned. I think he's one of the best GPP options on the entire slate. Do you have any interest in somebody like Thaddeus Young here at 7.1%, 25 minutes?
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't hate Thad. I just think I'd have more interest in Markkanen. He's a 0.94 fantasy point per minute. The only thing I get weary on when it comes to Thad Young are just his minutes in general. If he can play like 26 to 28, yeah, I think he can pay off that $4,600 price tag. But if he's going to get capped at 25, then it kind of takes me off of him a little bit.
Right.
Might need his size tonight. So yeah, no, I like him. More of a tournament play for me. If I'm going anywhere for cash, it's going to be Markkanen, and honestly, it could be Levine, but it just depends on what's going on in Philly now with that crapshoot.
One team that interests me, I'm going to move on from Chicago because again, the other ownership showing relatively well.
Dallas?
No, it was actually Minnesota because they have D'Lo out now. So with D'Lo out, they're going against the Pelicans at 217 over under, which isn't that high, and they're also showing low ownership. But I feel like these guys. Okay, what's going on? These guys are so low in price tag that I feel like one of these guys has to have a ceiling game. They physically have to keep competitive whatsoever. So 104 Vegas projected total for these guys. Do you have any interest? Because I do in some of these guys.
Yeah, the cheaper plays are in play for me, Matt. Like a guy like Culver, who's he's not a very efficient basketball. Yeah, no, I don't. He's trash. But at 3,400, playing 24 minutes with no D'Lo, no Cat. He gets a 4.7% usage bump. He's a 0.91 fantasy point per minute, 24% usage rate. I'd be interested to see if they actually start him tonight. And if he does start, which he probably won't because Rubio's good to go.
Yeah, Rubio is good to go now.
Malik Beasley, Okogie, Vandy, and Reed. Okay, so even with Culver coming off the bench, like I don't hate him at 3,400. And then Jordan McLaughlin, I also don't hate. He's a 1.03 fantasy point per minute, Matt. With Hernan Gomez, I was
how many minutes do you have projected that?
I have him projected at 24.
Really? Okay, because I have him at 17. I was wondering why you kept saying his name. Okay. So 24 and 17 are completely different, obviously.
All right, so let's call it 20 to be safe. Yeah, I still think he's a decent pump play. I'd rather go to Culver. I have Culver at 24.
Okay, because I have Culver at 20. Where are the minutes going on my sheet here? So they're going to Malik Beasley at 35. Mine are wrong, TJ. So yours are right. I don't have any guy over.
I mean, I have Malik
because I have Naz Reid at 27. I have Anthony Edwards at 26. Rubio at 26. That's wrong. It's wrong. I'm telling you right now, it's wrong. And your mic disconnected. It sounds like. Are you good?
Yeah, we're good now.
Okay.
Sorry,
cool.
I got so excited, disconnected. 20. He had missed a couple games there, so I think they're easing him back into his projected minutes here. Played, back to back too. Only played 15 minutes against Atlanta. Like I don't think he plays north of 20. So I think you're going to see minutes to guys like Anthony Edwards, Okogie, McLaughlin. Jay McDaniels projected for some minutes, and then Culver. So I think my favorite play is probably going to be Culver. In tournaments, Malik Beasley at 6,800. Like sign me up for him at low ownership. I'm gonna be pretty overweight on a guy like Malik Beasley. Anthony Edwards is really cheap too at 4,500. But I think if I'm looking at cash, I wouldn't mind Culver as the last piece.
Okay,
I'm not trying to get Culver in my lineups, but if I land there, it's like okay, like I don't hate it.
Right.
But that's kind of where I'm saying. And then Vanderbilt at 4,700, like he shows well on the sheet, Matt. 1.07 fantasy point per minute with Cat, D'Lo, and Hernan Gomez off the floor. 1.3% usage bump. But I am a little weary on him. So I mean, if you're landing on one of these guys in cash as the last piece, like that's okay. But I'm not going out of my way to roster anybody.
Yeah, one of these guys, I will say this time and time again throughout the stream, one of these guys will have a ceiling game because of the salary. The salary is the highest guys, Malik Beasley, $6,800. You take a usage monster like D'Lo off the court, and one of these guys literally has to. They have to. $5,800. Anthony Edwards, $4,500. Okogie. One of these starters will hit a ceiling game, and it will be a slate breaker. It should be, with all of these salaries so low. So. It's just a matter of picking which one. And they're all very low owned, so if you guys want to take a stab at them, I don't consider them cash locks, but they are very, very good GPP options. All right, who's next? Houston or Dallas? You call it.
Let's go to Houston.
Okay, Houston is without Exum, House, Oladipo now. It changed from the video. Porter is not playing yet. Also Christian Wood, and then throw in Harden to the mix, right? Because he's gone. And then you add John Wall, because John Wall was doubtful this morning. Now he's probable. So where are we looking for this Houston picture?
Dude, I completely forgot that Exum was out. Wow, that changes things for me.
Exum, he's a monster for sure.
No, so John Wall being back, Matt, if he plays 33 minutes, like he's carrying some ownership. I like him for cash, honestly, as the last piece. He's just very cheap, and if he's thrown into the fire, he's going to see a lot of usage. I would bet tonight if John Wall does play 30 plus minutes, his usage rate will probably be around like 32 to 35%. Ball in his hands a lot, so I do like him. Boogie, cash lock for me at 5,100. No questions asked there. He's a 1.35 fantasy point per minute with all those guys off the floor. 26% usage rate, which is the third highest on the team behind Wall and Eric Gordon. We keep talking about Boogie and just like how inefficient he's been shooting, Matt. 2 games that Christian Wood's been off the floor or he's been out. Boogie started, right? Against Indiana, he played 24 minutes. He shot 2 of 9 and had 40 DraftKings points. And then last night against Detroit, he shot 2 of 16 and had 36 DraftKings points. So the one thing I would be wary about when it comes to Boogie, and Matt, we talked about it last night, and I know you were looking at the ownership and you're like, wow, he's so high owned. Like,
he's not that high owned today.
Right. So I think tonight, if anything, tonight would be the night. Okay. And I might get shot for this. I think tonight would be the night to fade him in tournaments because he played last night, 33 minutes back to back going up against Dallas. He's not carrying as much ownership. I'm showing him at 50%, which is still absolutely asinine.
Yeah.
But I think tonight, if you're looking to go somewhere else in tournaments, I think tonight might be the night to get off Boogie. Again, I'm not doing it cash or small tournaments. I think he's a lock and cash 100% at 5,100. But maybe tonight in tournaments on the back-to-back, you go somewhere else off Boogie, and then that puts you in a pretty good spot. It's a decent leverage play. So, yeah, Matt, John Wall, if we don't have anything on him being a minute restriction, I'd like him in cash, and then Boogie's a lock. I have some interest in some of these other guys, too, honestly. Like, I think Tate's in play. I'm not going to say PJ Tucker's name. Looked really good last night. And I think one of Nawaba, Sterling Brown, and Ben McLemore has a really strong game tonight.
For sure. I completely agree with everything you just said. I think Cousins, a cash lock. John Wall is creeping up in ownership, but he's not as high as he should be. Who's going to score the ball for this team? It's going to be Eric Gordon or John Wall. You take out Oladipo the mix, and Oladipo was at 8K. You take $1,000 off and you give it to John Wall. John Wall has to step up tonight if he's not on the minute restriction. I think he's a cash lock, TJ, personally. One of these guys, either Eric Gordon. If you're not playing John Wall, you have to go to Eric Gordon. And then who? PJ Tucker, right? He had that ceiling game we were waiting for because PJ Tucker's a monster. Usage rate went up. Averages 0.73 fantasy points per minute without anybody on the court. I do like him at 5.8% ownership. Again, could get shot for saying that. A 6.4 point per dollar value on their sheet. So yeah, completely agree with you. I think Cousins, and I also consider John Wall a very good cash play for me. I think these guys have to step it up versus Dallas. The only thing that scares me is a 7-point spread, but it should not be a blowout. That being said, let's move on to Dallas with Porzingis now officially out. TJ, how does that shake things up in Dallas?
It is pretty significant there, Matt. So Luka with Porzingis, Dorian Finney-Smith, Kleber, Powell, and Josh Richardson. Yeah, everybody off the floor. He gets a 1.8% usage bump. He's a 1.81 fantasy point per minute, 37% usage rate. I have him pegged for 66 DraftKings points. So give me Luka in cash. I don't care that they're on a back-to-back. It's a really good matchup against Houston. Saw what he did last night to your Spurs in the first quarter. He had 35 DraftKings points. Right. That is absurd.
True.
So I love Luka. He's going to be a cash lock for me at 10-9. I don't hate Tim Hardaway at 5,800, which are words I never thought would come out of my mouth. Projected at 34 minutes, Matt. He's a 1.1 fantasy point per minute. So I really don't hate him. More of a tournament play for me there. But if you're landing there in cash, like I don't hate it. Brunson's in play at 4,800. I don't mind Trey Burke as a tournament play. He's showing very low ownership. But for me, it's Luka in cash. And if you land on Hardaway or Brunson as a last piece, I don't hate it.
I hate Hardaway. He's just not a good fantasy player.
I do too. I do. But I mean, with all those guys off the floor, yeah, I mean, someone else is going to score besides Luka.
I do consider Luka Doncic a cash lock, 34.3% owned. He's showing one of the highest owned on the slate. One of these guys will have a ceiling game, but TJ, I want to update you real quick in the rest of the live stream right now. You ready for this?
Sure.
It's not basketball related. We just hit 7,000 subscribers on YouTube, so we hit the big 7. Guys, we're looking for that big 10K milestone. If you guys could show us some support, hit that like button, also hit that subscribe button. So congrats, you got the live update, just checked it. Officially 7K, guys. Thank you so much. This would not be possible without you guys. This is all you guys, this amazing community. 7K is something we were shooting for early on in the month, and now that we're officially there, we can tip our hats off to everybody here in this community. So thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
All right, we have some more teams because we're just ripping through all of these injury reports here. The Phoenix Suns are next on the list, and I think that's the last one until the 76ers break the slate. We know that Doc Rivers is drinking some White Claws down there. We don't know what's going on with him. Let's talk about Cameron Johnson, TJ. What do we have to say about Cameron Johnson playing 28 minutes here without Devin Booker on the floor and the rest of these guys?
So, statistically speaking, Cam Johnson with Booker and Saric off the floor gets a 5.7% usage bump. He's a 1.09 fantasy point per minute and a 24.8% usage rate. We would have him pegged, Matt, at 32.25 DraftKings points. So if you're looking for a last piece, I really like Cam Johnson.
Last piece, huh? Okay.
Yeah,
I think you start there.
I don't think I'm putting him as a cash lock.
Okay.
I just when I watch him play, I just see a lot of him standing in the corner, waiting to knock down threes. Maybe he'll be more aggressive tonight with Booker off the floor. They might need him to be. If I'm looking anywhere for cash, I do like Chris Paul at 7,100. Again, on a back-to-back, they just played Denver last night. He had 14 assists in that first half and then kind of went quiet, and that was because Booker took over. So, and Chris Paul actually closed the game out there for him. And with that being said, and they lost. But with that being said, I do like CP3. Gets a 2.4% usage bump. He's a 1.22 fantasy point per minute. Matt, I have him pegged for 40 DraftKings points on the dot. So do the math at 7,100. And then DeAndre Ayton looked really good last night against Jokic down low. He gets a 3.4% usage bump, a 1.3 fantasy point per minute, and a 23% usage rate. I have him pegged for 45.7 DraftKings points. So I do like Cam Johnson. If you're going there in cash, sure, I can get behind you. I also really like CP3, and I really like DeAndre Ayton. Mikal Bridges looked absolutely flawless last night. Put up 51 DraftKings points. He hit 6 of 8 threes. He had 10 rebounds. So they're going to need a big night from him, honestly, if they're going to stay competitive. Javon Carter at 3K. I think he's a good punt play. I'm not locking him in for cash because they do have guys like Cameron Payne still.
How many minutes does he have on your sheet?
24.
Okay, 18 again. So that's why I'm confused. Go ahead.
I don't think he plays 24. But even still, at 3K, if he does play 20-ish minutes, like he's a decent punt. But yeah, I'm looking at Cam Johnson. I do like Chris Paul. I do like DeAndre Ayton.
You mentioned Cameron Payne too, because he could potentially start. Yes, no.
Yes, yeah. I think he would start with Chris. No, I don't know what they would do because he's a point guard. So like they have Chris Paul. If I had to guess, they would start maybe
they have Langston Galloway projected starting right now. Don't know if that's true.
Galloway, there's no shot. They're gonna start Chris Paul. They'll start Cam Johnson. They'll start Bridges. They'll start DeAndre Ayton. Maybe they start Nader.
Okay. Yeah, it's a toss up.
It's gotta be Nader or Javon Carter. Maybe they put Javon Carter with Chris Paul in the backcourt. I don't think they start Payne.
Regardless, TJ, I think whoever starts for that team is a good play because all those guys are going to be very low owned from the Phoenix Suns. And I also do think Cameron Johnson will fly under the radar in terms of ownership. He should not be that high owned. It coming from the last game on the slate, especially if this Philly news does break the slate, which we are waiting for. But yeah, Cameron Johnson, phenomenal play, I think, overall. Playing 28 minutes, I think he's a very safe play. I know you said he sits in the corner, but according to the sheet, a lot of the usage goes to them regardless. 7.3 point per dollar value and a very good matchup against Denver. This should stay relatively competitive. Right now they have Denver a 2-point favorite. It opened up on their video, TJ, with the Phoenix Suns as a favorite, which I actually didn't agree with, so I would have been on the opposite side as well. 284 viewers, guys. Thank you so much. If you could do us a favor, hit that like button for us as we answer some questions going into the next segment. I do believe, TJ, this is the very last team that we have with injury news. According to the current injury report, we're waiting on Philly. What's up?
There's somebody else we missed? Who
did we miss? No, I said that's it.
Okay.
I said that's it. Okay. Other than the Philly news. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them in the chat. Spam all the questions. Let's go over some GPP options, maybe. Do you have some GPP
I want to
options?
touch base on one more guy.
Okay, go for it.
In the late game between Golden State and Utah, Gobert at 7,300 is really cheap, and I really like that matchup against Wiseman down low. Okay. So yeah, if you're landing on Gobert as the last piece in cash, I can get behind that, Matt. No injuries there with Utah, but he hasn't really played a full 33-minute game in a little bit. He's a 1.23 fantasy point per minute currently on the year. So if he can play 33, 35 minutes and this game is competitive with Golden State, currently Utah at home 7-point favorite. So I am a little weary of it, but if Golden State can keep it close, I expect a lot of scoring from Steph Curry. So I love him in tournaments. And then I really like Gobert down low at 7,300. I like Mitchell Conley too, but cash for Gobert.
I feel bad. I need to get better at this. We just missed another donation about 5 minutes ago. J3, $2 donation. I feel dirty how better my DFS game is with you. He's talking about me. So thank you so much, J3. Really appreciate that. I really do. Thank you for the $2 donation. That will go straight into the company. I do promise that. We have a lot of money going into the company right now. Guys, stay tuned for all that news coming out a little bit later, either next month or the month after that.
Better be by the next month.
It better be. Yeah, we're keeping our foot on the pedal for sure. So, TJ,
Matt,
do you want to go over GPPs or do you want to go over cash locks right now?
Let's go over GPPs because the cash locks are uncertain because we don't know what's going on in Philly. We can do whatever we want to do, Matt.
Yeah, we really can. So let's go over some GPPs. Zach LaVine, #1 GPP play on the slate, in my opinion. I think Markkanen is flying under the radar. All these Bulls are really flying under the radar. Another good option is going to come from the Golden State Warriors. Steph Curry, always a GPP option. One of the 3 studs in Brooklyn you have to pay attention to. Our favorite TJ is going to be Kevin Durant at 10.4K, about where he was when he played in OKC with Russell Westbrook. I think that's a similar price tag now. He was up around 11K, but I think that does make sense. You can take a stab at any one of those guys. Ayton, TJ, is our thumbnail. We talked about Ayton right now. He's 6.4% owned. Absolutely unbelievable. Who are your favorite GPP plays right now?
So I like Jokic at 10.8. Again, showing very low ownership. Just a guy that can consistently go and get you 55 plus DraftKings points. So Jokic at 10.8, showing 8% ownership. Sign me up for that. We've talked about the Brooklyn guys. I do like KD. I like Steph. If they're going to stay competitive against Utah, Steph's going to need to score. I do like AD, man, against Chicago at 9,300. I think he's a really good tournament play. We talked about Zach LaVine. I really like LaVine. Who else do we have here? Donovan Mitchell at 16%. I like Donovan Mitchell and the way he's been playing, especially after what Shaq said. Was it last night that he said? It was after the Pelicans game. He told Donovan Mitchell that he doesn't take it to the next level, something along those lines. I might be misquoting, but I like Donovan Mitchell tonight against Golden State to kind of come out and shut Shaq up. Who else do we have here? Yeah, 8 and 6%. That's criminal. Matt, Kobe White, 1%.
Yep.
That's
Patreon content.
Beasley at 6,800 with no D'Lo, no Cat. Like, I like him. He's showing 8% ownership. Mike Conley, sub 10% ownership. I like him. Dragic, Matt, I think he's more of a tournament play for me. I don't hate him at 6,200. There's a lot of good plays tonight on the 7-game slate. So, if you're not a Discord member, tonight would be a pretty good night.
Yeah, guys, we're having a blast in Discord. The UFC slate just locked, so for anybody playing UFC, guys, get ready for it.
No.
Did you not?
Shoot.
Did you not start?
No, that's okay.
Also, guys, we have a lot coming down in terms of content. We'll be posting a video a little bit later. We'll keep that for a surprise, TJ. Won't say anything about the content coming out later. Yeah, let's do it tonight.
Guys, we get wicked drunk and do a video for you guys. It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say it. But
it's going to be us being drunk. We're not going to tell you what it is, but it's just going to be us being drunk and making a video.
I know it's going to be something more than that. You make it sound so much worse.
About cash and answer questions, guys. There's 303 of you in the stream right now. Thank you so much for being here. There's 78 likes. If we get to 150, I will give away $20 to one of you in the stream. So we need 72 likes. Wow, that took me way longer than I would have liked on stream. There was a lot of people that just watched me struggle. 72 likes, and I'll give away $20 to one lucky person in the stream.
Yeah, if we get to 380, guys, that will be breaking the all-time record. So let's make it happen Saturday night. I know a lot of you are watching MMA, unfortunately, but we can try to make it happen anyway. We'll try again tomorrow if it doesn't happen. Cash locks, TJ, we're not going to talk about right now because we're still waiting that Philly news, correct?
Yeah, no, we can. Let's talk about it pre-Philly. Yeah.
Okay, pre-Philly.
I feel like we're not going to get that news until like 7:55, and it's going to be an absolute disaster. So I need to hone in.
Okay. Let's hear your top 4 and possibly 5, depending on how you feel. Okay. Cash locks for tonight. Let's go. Let's hear 'em.
Okay. So for me,
hold on.
You zooming in on my face?
Yep.
Okay.
Putting the pressure on. Oh, there goes the.
So for me, it would be Boogie and Luka. I love both of them. Starting out a lineup right there is fantastic. I think you need one of those cheap guys in Detroit, being Sadiq Bey or Josh Jackson. I lean Josh Jackson, especially if he's starting at 3,700. So that would be 3, Matt. If Embiid is out. Dwight Howard, 100%.
You can't. You
I
said
think.
pre. You said pre Philly.
But I'm still thinking. If Embiid is out, I'm not talking about Tobias Harris and Ben Simmons being out. But if just Embiid is out, Dwight Howard, I think you start your builds with Boogie in the center, Dwight Howard in Yuto. And then Matt, for me, I think Kendrick Nunn is just, I feel like it's an obvious play and he's not carrying ownership, but like I still really like him. So like I'm gonna say Kendrick Nunn.
Yeah. TJ, this is one of those slates where our cheat sheet is so pivotal because we're able to identify the best value on the slate regardless of the ownership. There's so much injury news going on. There's so many moving pieces. So I'm going to trust our cheat sheet tonight. Sadiq Bey is still a great value, TJ. I have to include him in the cash lot. I have to.
No, it's fine. I understand it. I'm going Josh Jackson. I get Sadiq Bey. I understand why people are rostering him. He's going to play minutes. He's so cheap. So I understand it. I don't know if I'm going to bring myself to it. And then he's going to finish with like 32 DraftKings points. And I'm going to text you and say like, what am I doing?
Especially if all these Philly guys are held out. Like it should be a little bit higher scoring, right? So Sadiq Bey, $3,100. You have to lock him in. You just have to, TJ. Cameron Johnson, like I said, I really do trust our cheat sheet on this. I think he gets a significant usage boost. 23.9%. Cousins, yes, lock him in. That's 3. Josh Jackson, like you said, you agree with that. A 7 point per dollar value. You have to lock in Doncic. You have to. There's 5 right there. I just made more than half a lineup. I think all those guys, the value will allow you to pay up for some of these obvious plays. I'll cough real quick. Aiden. And some of these other great GPP plays that can push you over the top here and smaller GPPs. So I think Aiden's a great play. I think Zach LaVine is another great pay up option. So many good options to pay up for tonight, and I think that will fly under the radar for sure.
Okay.
All right, there's our cash locks. We will get back to that once the Philly news does break. Let's go ahead and get on to questions. TJ, if you can start from YouTube, I will go to Discord.
Do you still have it zoomed in on my face, Matt?
I don't. I pull it back.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay. People see the bags under my eyes.
Yeah.
Just been grinding. That's all it is.
All right. What do you think of this lineup for a 2750 man GPP? So 2,750. Don't know why I said it that way. Sorry, it's the White Claws talking. Luka Doncic, Donovan Mitchell, Josh Jackson, Thad Young, DeMarcus Cousins, Kendrick Nunn, Sadiq Bey, Zach LaVine. I do like that build, TJ. The only guy that I have a little hesitation on is Thad Young, but again, given the minutes, he will produce. Is Luka a better play than Jokic for tiers now that Porzingis is out? I hate these questions. Straight up, TJ, who are you taking tonight? Doncic or Jokic?
Luka.
Okay, I agree with you. But again, Jokic could easily. Go ahead.
Yeah, sure. I think Luka's going to score the most on the slate.
Yeah. Let's go down to the next question.
I'll tell you who it's between. It's between Luka and Jokic. Scores the most on the slate. So.
Post if this, then that's on Patreon for Philly news. Don't know what's going on there with that question. Okay. Eric Gordon or Kendrick Nunn for cash, TJ? Straight up.
Say it again.
Eric Gordon or Kendrick Nunn? Kendrick Nunn, I completely agree. That's all the questions I have. Go ahead.
Oh, that's it. Okay, perfect. Yep. My turn. All right, let's see. Hooker or Chandler? Okay, let's move past that. Garbage time for Nunn. Yes, we'd like Kendrick Nunn. Where is he? Matt, so I want to reference one thing. When Josh sent us the $5 as a donation, again, thank you, Josh Lynn. We appreciate that. He said won the 1K GTD $25
decision.
Yeah, someone said it's game time decision. Oh, yeah, we know what game time decision is, guys. Come on, it's obviously not a. Come on.
Yeah, it was a joke.
Someone said isn't Doc short for doctor? Yes, perfect. Harden high ceiling and you want just KD. I mean, Kyle, I don't hate Harden. I like both, but yeah, I think KD's the safest play out of there in Brooklyn. GTD means guaranteed. Thank you, Andrew. Okay, that makes sense. Nice White Claw, Matt. Trev said.
Thank you.
Laurie or Eric Gordon? I like Laurie Marketing. Unless John Wall's on a minute restriction, then I would probably go to Eric Gordon.
John Wall's still a great cash play if he plays full minutes, 100%.
Yeah. Isaiah Stewart, sure. If you want to take a chance with Isaiah Stewart for Detroit, go ahead. But more
that's a person.
Play. Yes, yeah, Detroit. Would you keep Boogie in single entry GPP? I would in a single entry GPP. If you're playing a big GPP, tonight would probably be the night on a back-to-back where I might get off of Boogie. Again, if I'm playing single entries and cash games, I'm locking in Boogie 100%. Let's see here, Matt. What else do we have?
7,002 subscribers, guys. Thank you so much.
We only need 26 more likes, too. I think Galloway starts. Okay, Grant. Yeah, maybe Galloway. I mean, sure. I'm not
Trash.
going to be on Galloway. Ryan said Cam Johnson. He's not that good in my opinion. Ryan, I agree. But if he's going to be on the floor for 28 minutes, I'm going to look at the stats and see what he does. Maybe he's more aggressive with Booker off the floor.
You have to think. Booker takes so many shots, man.
I think he's a good landing spot. At 4,400. Can I go ham with Mike Conley tonight? Mike Conley. I hate that name right now.
Tell a story. Tell a story. Go right now.
He hit a three last time they played with 2 minutes and 19 seconds left because Steven Adams went out to cover him on a switch, and he literally turned around and ran away. And then Mike Conley was just wide open, up 14 late in the game, and buried a three. Two Sharks passed me in the $333 single entry, and I went from winning $2,100 to $800, and I lost $1,300 on that three-pointer by Conley because right after that, timeout, all the starters out. Yep. So, yeah, I hate Mike Conley right now, but, yeah, I like him tonight.
Hold on real quick. 350 viewers, guys. If you guys stay in the chat, 380 is our all-time record. If we can break that, $25 giveaway. I will be giving away an additional $25.
Yep. And then 15 more likes.
Yep.
For me. Boucher really let me down last night. Yeah, Matt. He was an anomaly, man. Good spot. I would go back to him again in that same exact situation. So just an off night there for Boucher. Brunson or Cam Johnson last piece. Oh, that's tough, man. I think I go Cam Johnson. I do like Brunson, but I'm going to give the edge to Cam Johnson there. I think Matt would agree with me.
Yep, I like Cam Johnson.
Mitchell, best tournament play. Yeah, I like Mitchell. I think he's in there for a good tournament play. Saddiq Bey keeps coming up for me. Anyone think he could do something tonight?
Yes.
Matt. Yeah, sure.
He has to. $3,100, guys. Even if he doesn't, it's a $3,100 price tag. Come on.
Yeah. I mean Johnson, not Markkinen. Okay, I misread Johnson. I thought you had Bridges. My lineup right now. Matt, we got a lineup here. It's Wall, Nunn, Josh Jackson, Markkinen, Boogie, Chris Paul, Bridges, and Luka. I like that.
Oh, I really like that one.
Markkinen. Okay, not Markkinen. He is Cam Johnson. I'm a little iffy on Mikal Bridges, but with Booker being out, I don't hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. What else do we have here? Bey could go crazy with everyone hurt, but he's primarily a scorer. So if he's not, Jaden, I agree with you there. He's a great play at 3,100. I'm just really weird. Mitchell or Ayton? That's tough.
Yeah, Ayton.
What else do we have? Is Vanderbilt a good play?
Yeah, he's not bad.
Yeah, tournament play for me. I don't think I'd go there cash. Wayne Ellington for cash. I don't hate it as the last piece. Nope. I don't hate it, Matt.
There's going to be an optimal lineup tonight, TJ, and it's not going to include Wayne Ellington.
Okay. I mean, I don't hate it if you land there. I really don't. He's been playing 30-plus minutes. He's sub 4K. KD playing. Yep. Jokic, not joking. Apple can S my D. Ayton is softer than Charmin, ultra soft.
Okay.
What else do we have here? Yeah, no, he's not wrong. Matt, we got a GPP lineup here. We got Kendrick Nunn, Brunson, KCP, Markkinen, Gobert, CP3, Zion, and Tobias Harris. I like that. Again,
very contrarian, though. Very contrarian.
Yeah, be wary. Y'all are dope. Thank you, Sean. Appreciate that, man. You guys aren't worried about Luke on the back? No, I'm not.
No, Luke is the best.
Off a huge performance, he scored less. That was against Toronto, man. So no, I'm not too worried about Luka.
Let me jump in, TJ. Sorry, go ahead. Okay. And then I dropped the ball. Pre-Philly cash lineup: Luka, Nunn, JJ. Who's JJ? Josh Jackson. Yes. Cam Johnson, Boogie, Wall, Lauri Markkinen, and CP3. Really like that actually. You always come up with the fire cash lineups. Really do like that lineup here. What happened to the cheat sheet? What?
Chips just peed on his pad. So can we all just give a round of applause to Chips? Good boy, Chips. Good boy, Chips. 335 people clapping for you, buddy.
Yeah,
good boy. He ran over. Good job, buddy.
That's what everybody's been waiting for here. What happened to the cheat sheet? It doesn't seem to be working on Patreon. I do think it's working. I just updated it not too long ago. If you guys are having questions, please spam it in the chat. Do apologize. Hey, TJ, who's winning tonight? McGregor? Poirier? That's an off-topic question, but it's still a question. We got to answer it. Huh?
McGregor, sure.
McGregor has one.
I don't know punch fights too well. That's Kevin. Kevin's more of a punch fight. You done over there?
Markkinen, last piece in cash, TJ. Yes or no?
I don't hate it.
Okay, I like it too. I think he's in a great spot.
Okay, what do you think about Chris Paul for tournaments? I like him. Chris Paul and Josh Jackson are Ayton and Bey. Oh man.
Who? What was the question?
Chris Paul and Josh Jackson or Ayton and Saddiq Bey in cash?
Saddiq Bey and Ayton.
Oh man, Hudson, that's really tough. I like Ayton more than Chris Paul, and I like Josh Jackson more than Sadiq Bey. I'm going to say Ayton and Bey. But that's if that's where you're landing, I don't think like you're doing it wrong. I think you're okay with both those lineups, honestly. When you get here mad late and know they've already repeated the cash locks 5 times and you feel bad asking, Brian, we'll get there when we end the stream. Don't worry, man.
Yep.
Why is Grant not a lock tonight? Jaden, I think if you're landing there in cash, I don't hate him at 7,800. James Johnson with Porzingis out today. Yeah, I think James Johnson's viable. For me, I'm going to lock Luka in cash, and I don't know if I'll get to anybody else there in Dallas. Hardaway's popping for me for some reason. Zion, a good tournament play. Yes, definitely. Good matchup
He's
for Zion.
still cash viable if you land on him in one of the last spots here. First Minnesota.
Okay. In that case, Zion or Ayton? Yeah, I just broke your brain, didn't I? Yeah, I broke your brain.
Just move on.
Answer it.
I can't. You broke it.
All right. Okay.
I'll say Ayton. Ayton has the higher usage. Yeah.
Zion, man.
I like Ayton. I really do. Hence the thumbnail.
On the sheet, but Zion is showing more ownership. Let's see what else we got here. Culver or Bay? I think you go Bay. Sano said, Sano and Matt, good stuff, Chips. Thank you, boys. Contrarian means different. Yes, it does, Brian. Thank you. Matt, cash lineup here. Yeah. We have none. Levine, DeLon Wright, Grant, Zion, Markkanen, Boogie, and Ayton.
Not for cash. I think that's GPP.
Yeah, that's probably more of a tournament play, but I don't hate it.
Yeah, no, I don't hate the overall build. I think it's better for GPP, though. You got to capitalize on the upside there.
Yep. Yeah, so Wilderness Wolf asked, what does contrarian mean? Honestly, you guys should make a video explaining all terms you use. Yeah, Wilderness. Matt,
we have tons of videos.
So check them out. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe.
TFS 101 playlist, guys.
Contrarian just means different. So getting contrarian in big tournaments is obviously a huge thing to do. If a lot of chalk is on one guy and you want to be contrarian and different, you fade that person and you play somebody else in that price range. So that's all it means. It's just being different there is contrarian. I love punch fighting, said Sano. Yeah. Matt, we got a lineup here from DJS. We have Wall, Josh Jackson, Sadiq Bey, Cam Johnson, Cousins, Luka, Zion, and Ayton. I like that.
Is that the cash or GPP?
Yep. Cash/small.
You guys love Ayton. And it looks like you're landing on him for cash. I don't hate him as the last spot, but make sure that's your only spot where you're getting different. I love Ayton. Again, take advantage of that. Play that in GPPs.
PJ Tucker or Cam Johnson?
Cam Johnson.
Good cash lineup. None. Levine, DeLon Wright, Grant, Zion, Markkanen, Boogie, and Ayton. Yeah, I think that's a lineup I literally just named. Yeah, it might be. Yeah, I like that. We got another lineup here, Matt. We got Luka, KCP, Josh Jackson, Zion, Cousins, Mitchell, Grant, and Bey. I don't think KCP carries ownership. And,
is that
and
cash,
probably,
you said?
Yeah.
That's
I don't know. He just said DK. If that's a tournament lineup, I like that. But if it's cash, I think I don't think I'm in love with it.
Yeah.
You have some really high owned guys there, which is good. You're a little contrarian there with KCP, and I don't know about Mitchell's ownership per se, but I like that lineup, Paul.
Real quick, TJ. We didn't even touch base on the Lakers. If they stay close with Chicago, it's a really high over-under. LeBron James is actually showing pretty high ownership. So take one of those guys, either AD. Yeah, you love AD or LeBron. One of those guys will have a ceiling game.
Fade Boogie for Howard in tournaments. Yeah, if Embiid's out, sure. Is it viable to pay up for LeBron/KD at shooting forward or small forward rather? Yeah, small forward. He said SF, so my brain, too many Liberty trees. Since it seems to be a pay down position for most. Yeah, Bryson. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Yeah, I think that's a smart play. Now we got a tournament play here. We got Luka, Kendrick Nunn, Grant, KCP, Gordon, Dayton. I'm assuming he means Ayton, Jackson, and Cam Johnson.
Dayton doesn't play till March, so yeah.
Wow. That coming in. Yeah, I don't hate that. Especially if John Wall's on a minute restriction. That makes me like Gordon.
I got a couple questions. I'm gonna butt in because you talk too much. Saturday and Sunday live streams are always the best because of White Claws. I agree. Yes, White Claws are the best. Eric Gordon and Oubre cash, or Oubre. Sorry, that's the White Claw. Oubre or Eric Gordon. TJ, I'd say neither. I think Eric Gordon is viable as a last piece, but that's stretching. What's that?
Yeah.
You agree?
Eric Gordon for. Yeah, Eric Gordon. Yeah, I agree with you, but if I'm choosing between one, it'd be Eric Gordon.
Cash, Wall, Nunn, Josh Jackson, Cam Johnson, Boogie, Paul, Miles, Bridges, Doncic. Don't hate that. I think that's more tournament viable. Bridges will be lower owned. We keep saying that over and over and over again. He has a high ceiling, but he's also not a good fantasy point per minute player, so he has to hit his shots for sure. TJ, take it away.
Bridges.
That's all.
Miles Bridges. Yeah, Miles Bridges, Matt, huh? Talking about Miles.
Mikko.
Yeah, thank you. Josh Jackson and Bay on the same team for cash. Yeah, Matt, I think that's viable if you want to go there. FanDuel lineup. Mike, sign up for Discord. We'll give you one. PJ Tucker or James Johnson or Cam Johnson.
That's not true.
Cam.
Okay, go ahead.
I was just trying to get some of the sign up. Sorry, Mike. Yeah, no, FanDuel. If you want to come to the Discord, though, we have plenty of guys talking FanDuel. Matt, we got another lineup here for cash. We have Luka, Nunn, Josh Jackson, Zion, Boogie, Chris Paul, Bay, and Paul. We like that, Jonah. That looks pretty good for me. What is chalk, Jerry? So chalk is just guys that are carrying high ownership. Like right now, Boogie Cousins is going to be the chalkiest guy on the slate, meaning he's going to carry the most ownership in cash lineups and most likely in tournaments.
Real quick, I have a question for everybody in the chat. Do you guys like background music, like non-copyrighted YouTube music? Because obviously we can't play copyrighted music.
Before we go live, then yeah, I would like it if you're asking me.
Do you like in the background of talking? Because right now it's playing. Is that?
I need to reach out to some sort of artist and try and get us to be able to play non-copyrighted music.
We can't. Honestly, you mean like good non-copyrighted music?
I'm gonna hit Mike Stud and see if we can.
Okay.
He's a minute. See if he answers me. Matt, this is actually a really good question. CP3 or John Wall?
CP3 or John Wall? John Wall straight up.
Okay.
Assuming he plays minutes. That's a big question mark.
Yeah. That's tough.
Okay, it takes away from what you're saying. Okay, I'm pausing the music. No. Okay. Yeah. There's a lot of no's. I'm taking it off. Not a fan. Yeah, we're losing viewers. That's all me. Sorry.
You're an ass at. Power forward under 6K, Matt. Matt, we gotta get out of here pretty soon too. Yep. We got 723. Power forward under 6K. I don't like that range. Patrick Williams maybe at 5,300. I would readjust the lineup, man, if you're landing there. And
we're so close to 380, guys.
I don't hate Kelly, but yeah. I'm losing steam, Matt.
You're losing steam. Okay.
Yeah, I just lost.
Okay, we got one more. We got one more lineup here: Luka, Josh Jackson, Bay, Markkanen, Cousins, Levine, P Johnson. P Johnson, Cam Johnson.
It probably means Cam Johnson.
You're throwing me way off here with the P Johnson. Go Bear. Pre 76ers news. Yeah, I actually don't mind that. I think it's definitely more tournament though. I like the lineup overall.
All right, Matt, let's close it out with the cash lineup or the cash locks that we like. And then,
yeah, definitely not a lineup. Let's not get in trouble here. Cash locks. Oh, TJ, 150 likes.
No way, we got it?
Yeah, I think so. That's what somebody just said.
Matt, get the Nightbot to confirm somebody. Can you do that?
Yeah, but not on stream. I have to have a program before.
Okay, Matt, I need you to pay attention, guys. We're going to close out the stream like this. First off, Matt, give your cash likes or your cash core.
Cash core. It's going to be the same as I said before here. So it's going to be Cousins. I'm trusting our cheat sheet here. Saddiq Bey, Cousins, Cameron Johnson, Josh Jackson, Doncic is my locks as of right now before the 76ers news, TJ. Who are your cash locks? Hold on, I got to make your face big.
Okay, make mine.
That's what she said. Go ahead.
You ready?
Didn't make any sense. Go ahead. No.
Here. Boogie.
That's what she said.
5,100. Luka Doncic, 10.7K. I would say Saddiq Bey, Matt, as much as I don't want to.
We make it bigger.
I think he's going to pop at 3.1K.
That's what she said.
Josh Jackson at 3,700. I think that's a really good starting point. I think Zion's in play at 76. I like Kendrick Nunn at 56. I like John Wall at 7K. I don't hate Grant as a last piece. Cam Johnson, 4,400. I think he's viable. Chris Paul, 7,100. I think he's viable. I think Ayton is viable. Gordon Dragic, if you land there as a last piece, I don't hate it. Markkanen, 6,400. I don't hate it. There's a lot of good pieces tonight. So, guys, really good night to sign up for Discord if you're not already a member. So make sure you do that. The link is below. Sorry, I just got some breaking news from my family, so I got to attend to that. But what are you doing? Okay, so Matt, last thing I'm gonna do. Okay, to close out the stream.
You good?
Yeah, it's fine. 169 likes. You guys are amazing. Thank you. I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 200. Give me the number, Amanda.
200.
Yep. Say it to me.
Don't say it. Don't say it loud.
Okay. Spam. Now I have the number. The first name I see on here between 1 and 200 gets $20.
That's what she said.
Let's go. Guess it now. And then we got to get off. 726. You guys got 2 minutes. If no one gets it within 2 minutes, you all owe me $20.
You see what I did there? Brian said Matt, making him small and huge, and then I hit the that's what she said
That's
button.
what she said.
How
That's
genius.
perfect. Okay. I haven't seen it yet. Haven't seen it yet, Matt. Haven't seen. Oh my God. Somebody was one off. Another person was just one off. Wow. Got it. Got it. Wow. Someone got it so
What?
quick.
Who was it?
Elijah Colter, 122. You got it, Elijah. Good shit, man. Elijah, I want you to put your Twitter handle in the chat, please. I will reach out to you, get you that $20. Congratulations. He got that so fast, Matt. And 2 guys actually guessed 123. PP, I like cheese guy, boom.
That's what she said.
Guessed 120. Who I love because PP's always in here showing love.
That's what
PP,
she
you're
said.
a great guy. And then Alex Gasper also guessed 123 guys. So close. Epic. I said 1 through 200. I don't know why you guessed 212, but I love you for doing it. Send me your Epic. Send me your Twitter handle. I'm gonna send you $5 because that 212 made me laugh. So Elijah, put your Twitter handle in, and then Epic, give me your Twitter handle as well. I'm gonna Venmo you $5 as well. So Matt, $25 giveaway to Elijah and to who guessed 212? Elite. Whoever guessed 212, I forget who it was.
What just happened? This went off the rails because you should have seen what was happening. I was hitting the that's what she said button like 5 times
That was
during the whole thing.
amazing.
Okay.
Elijah, and then whoever guessed 212, whoever you were.
Sean K is just hitting numbers left and right here. All right, yeah, we got to end this thing. This is getting crazy. We did not hit the 380 mark, unfortunately, but we will hit it tomorrow, right, guys? Show up tomorrow. We'll be doing a video early in the morning, as well as our NFL breakdown, which we also posted. Feel free to give that a watch. And we got a lot of NFL tomorrow. Enjoy the McGregor fight, and also enjoy the NBA content. We'll be updating the Patreon cheat sheet here a little bit later. With all that being said, guys, have a great rest of your night. Have a great rest of your weekend. Let's cash.
Good luck, guys.